I'm going to do a two-part post on social convention versus law, and also on the pressures that social convention brings to bear on relationships. Now, if a gay guy from Nebraska and a gay guy from Illinois move to the village and they fall in love and they adopt a little Korean baby, which is what rich white people are wont to do in America when they fall in love and they can't procreate, so to speak. You know, all their friends are happy for them. They hold the baby. Everybody's happy. They're in like a little yuppie paradise. Of course, they might have a terribly difficult time when they tell the fundamentalist evangelical parent back in Illinois that they've done this. I mean, and if they are ever forced to deal with the true social pressures that come to bear in their homeland, so to speak, they will either split up or hide or both or be killed, or you never know. It goes really crazy in this world when other people decide they know what's right for you. Okay. Now, in my life, I've dated women as much as 16 years older than me, and I've dated 2 or 3 women that were as much as 25 years younger than me, more. And my most recent outing in this respect turned out to be a total disaster. Her parents found out about it. They had no problem. In fact, she had an uncle that is gay, married a guy, they all love him. They bring the baby. I don't think it's Korean. I think the baby's Cuban or something, but it's certainly not Jewish, from Scarsdale. They bring the baby, everybody's happy. That's okay. All right? Because they're a solid couple, they're around the same age. So their bugaboo is the age difference. Because they're thinking, they made her think 20 years down the line, all this other stuff. I was just trying to live for today. I was in love. She was supposedly in love too. But I think really she just likes to look like a free spirit, and I was like this major project. I was like, because when she fell in love with me, now this is a really beautiful girl. I was 55 pounds heavier, and I wasn't exactly what you would call matinee idol material. So obviously there was a projection somewhere there. Some kind of father complex, I don't know. All I know is I enjoyed the intensity of our relationship, and then I got mangled. This girl who swore up and down I was the love of her life dumped me on my birthday. All right. Once she found out the seminarian minister who she'd been working with, Methodist minister, had feelings for her. I tried to tell her. She wouldn't listen. Who got hurt? Me. She's happy now. The seminarian minister's happy, and I got put on antidepressants because, unfortunately, I don't do what the older guys do in this formula they have out there, which is, oh, she's a victim, it's a power imbalance, and you're using her and spitting her out. People have these bullshit scenarios that aren't always true, and they rigidly enforce them on your situation. And it wasn't true. I came from a world, working class world, in which your idea of a trip was you went to another town next door. Right? And she came from a world in which they regularly went to Europe, they spent a year in Israel, they go to Spain, all right, they speak a couple languages, they go skiing. In some ways, her life was a lot more sophisticated and advanced than mine, and there was no innocence here. Somebody is a jock. They were a jock. They were used to getting what they wanted, they got what they wanted, and then they didn't want it. I remember saying, I'm too old, I'm too old, I'm too old. And her coming at me anyway. Not that I minded. I enjoyed her company. I really fell in love. She's a great person. Well, I thought she was a great person. She is a great person in some ways, but not when she breaks up with you. Anyway, I kept saying, I'm too old, I'm too old, I'm too old. She kept saying, no, no, no. I love you, I want to marry you, have your babies. So then I finally gave in to this, and then it was from her side, you're too old, you're too old, you're too old. And eventually, the young guy that was working with her. They started trading pickup lines. They went out and played racquetball. She kept telling me I was paranoid and stupid and jealous. No. I was using my intelligence. Unfortunately, I didn't pull the trigger on her. Didn't break off the relationship. She broke it off when she did so brutally. Took every plan she had with me, put it on him, and now they're happily with each other and probably going to end up getting married. Me, I ended up with a therapy bill and antidepressants. But I'm kind of coming out of it now, because I'm starting to see that I love you in this culture means nothing. And I come from a different culture. I come from an Irish, Catholic, working class background in which I love you means, hey, if both your legs are cut off by a trade, I'm going to take care of you. I might cheat on you, because maybe there's no sex anymore, but I'm never going to abandon you. I'm never going to cut clean and all this other bullshit. Right? And as appropriate goes, well, I'm sure I would have got hammered in that culture because they would have had the same opinion. Let's face it, we've grown to the point where we can have mixed marriages, we can have gay marriages, but we can't have age differences unless you're rich. If a guy's very rich, he's Clint Eastwood, he can marry somebody 30 years younger. Nobody minds. The parents love him because they figure he's going to kick off soon and my daughter's going to have a lot of money. In my case, I don't have a lot of money. I had nothing to recommend me. I was 55 pounds heavier then. I don't know what happened. All I know is it was painful, almost destroyed me, all right? And it wasn't really worth it. Next time a beautiful 22-year-old girl comes after my ass and says age doesn't matter, I'm running. Of course, the sad thing is there probably won't be a next time. You know? Never again shall birdsong be the same. And what I want to know is, why is it so wrong? I mean, this is not a kid. This is somebody that's been all over the world, is a legal adult, and has basically all the plumbing intact, and who liked me. But I think if I had family, I would be a lot more conventional. Like, she saw herself as a free spirit, but really what she is just somebody that's trying to piss off mommy and daddy until finally she does exactly what they want. She's having her little fun, but with a safety net under her. I had no safety net. As they say in F. Scott Fitzgerald, they were careless people. They can afford to be careless. She can do a couple of stupid things, and then her parents say, well, look how she straightened out, though. She didn't straighten out. Somebody that plays those kind of games, so they get conventional, they get married, they have the kids, everybody's happy, the photos are taken. Meanwhile, they've eviscerated whoever they were playing with. Do I believe in karmic return? No. I don't believe what comes around goes around. By the way, I love her, so I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'm kind of happy she's happy. Just not happy. I'm unhappy, and I'm also not happy that I can't dance at their wedding and show what a great, noble guy I am. That they're not calling me up and saying, Joe, you know, we're sorry we cheated on you and lied and I'm sorry I told you you were my soulmate. And then a week later, he was my soulmate. And I can't really use the American excuse, oh, I'm young. See, in America, if you're young, you're allowed to be a sociopath. No, you're not. When I was 22 years old, I was taking care of my sister, her baby, and working a 12 to 8 shift at night in a factory. Sorry, no one cut me a break. Okay? It has nothing to do with being a young and everything to do with having enough power because of your affluence and your looks to treat another human being like they're a commodity. I'm getting myself sad talking about this. But here's the thing. None of us are really enlightened, because if we are for gay marriage, we're probably against an older man being with a younger woman, because we're going to have knee-jerk liberal ideas that's about power dynamics. Okay? And if we're for an older man or an older woman being with a younger man, well, see, that's politically correct right now. That's how you show you're a lifestyle leftist. It's not all right for an older man to be with a young woman, because that's the conventional power imbalance. But if an older woman's with a younger man, that's different. Do the same friggin' thing. The biggest problem is no matter how beautiful or loving the relationship is, eventually the older person, you have to worry about them becoming a burden on the younger person while they're still vigorous. I don't think so. I think most of it, let's be honest, most of our bedrock values are skin deep. Knock us down a few notches in the economic ladder, take away parents or family structures that aid and abet certain social conventions, and we change completely. I want to hear from you. Amen.